up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! All right, another thing from my Facebook questions that I was asked today. All right, let's move on to, see, I'm just reading these as I go. Okay. Progressive overload mixed with overtraining. I'm going to humor this question, even though I don't believe bodybuilders truly reach overtraining. It's a long-term central nervous system issue, and it's something that I don't believe we will achieve, being that decathletes and boxers spend hours and hours and hours a day training. When we train for what? When we train for 1 to 2 hours and sit down on our asses and talk between sets. Bodybuilding is not a strenuous activity. However, let's assume that overtraining means what I do. What Mike Rashid does. What Big Rob Did It does. What Kai Green does. Basically more sets and reps than most people do. Now, progressive overload, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many scientists, is the best way to achieve muscular gains because you're improving every session, you're building upon something, so your body will recover and get bigger and better and hypertrophy is reached. What I recommend is starting off with your progressive overload. So let's say your big three are what you're progressive overloading in, and let's say you throw in overhead shoulder press. So you got OHP, standing OHP, bench press, squat, and deadlift. Those are the three you're working on. Let's say rows. Okay, so the first exercise in your routine will be a set progressive overload scheme, such as increasing the weight every time. Let's say if you have 150 pounds and you do it for 6 reps. So you do that, and once you can get that for 10 reps, you go up in reps. Let's say you get 6 reps the first week, 8 reps the second week, 10 reps the third week. Raise the weight up to, let's say, 170 pounds, 20 pounds more, 10 pounds on each side. And then you're back down to 6 reps. You still increase from 150 for 6 to 170 for 6. And you increase from 150 for 6 to 150 for 10. So do that every week. That's progressive overload. And when you hit a stick point, when you can't go up anymore, that might be like 10 weeks, usually 10 to 12 weeks. It's time for a deload, which is basically 50% of your weight for a week for about the same amount of reps. Just don't go hard. Go really weak. Really light, really easy, just facilitate recovery. So after you're done with the progressive overload set, move on to your overtraining. That's when you just throw shit at the wall. That's when you do 10 sets of 10 lateral raise, 10 sets of 10 pull downs. That's when you just go to craziness. And overtraining, I'm not going to do a video on that within this video. Essentially, it is well documented. I suggest you watch Mike Rashid's videos on it. I have a couple videos on it. But Mike Rashid is youtube.com/fuerte, F-U-E-R-T-E, people. So when you go there, when you want to combine them, start with your progressive overload movement and move on to your overtraining. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! Because overreaching, overtraining, and overloading, that's not a game.